Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, or afternoon, whenever you guys see this. It is a sunny but chilly day, and the last couple of days it has not really came above freezing at all. It's been, you know, and we've got stuff that I want to do upstairs on the roof, but I don't really want to be climbing up on the roof when there's thin little bit of frost on the roof, if you know what I mean. When I was the other weekend when I was up there and I was shoveling off all the snow, it was a bit of a challenge. I mean, literally slipping and sliding every which way, trying to push this thing off the roof up there so I can do my ice and water shield over my zip board. And I'm just like, man, I really hope that I can get all this off and get it to where it dries up. It was supposed to warm up and basically hit that perfect time of when I was supposed to get the ice and water shield, to where I was like, all right, sweet, we should be able to install it at that time. Well, my ice and water shield didn't come when it was supposed to come. It took almost 3 weeks for it to get from Massachusetts area and whatnot. And I was like, man, it's trying to fight this weather and play back and forth with it. And even though it's an extremely sunny day, I really don't want to get it up there and have it not really adhere because it's not at the temperature that it's supposed to be when you install it. Looking online and looking on the boxes and everything, it says that you want to install it at 40 degrees or above. So I'm looking at it and like, man, I really don't want to get it up there to have it blow off the roof. I don't really want to put it up there with staples or nails or more zip tape, which is more money. Having to be, at that point. Some of you guys probably understand what I'm talking about, but if you guys don't know, that ice and water shield is pretty pricey. Not gonna lie. Not only that, but the zip tape is pretty pricey, and the zip tape works really, really well, and so does the ice and water shield. And I know if I have to, I will put a little bit of zip tape here and there, making sure that it adheres fully to the roof. But I don't want to have to do the whole thing to make sure it sticks to it. But this middle of the week, it is supposed to warm up. We just have this cold spell that's coming through. So I'm like, well, I've got a lot of things that I could do in the meantime. And there's a lot of back and forth to get this all this stuff going and whatnot. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do today. There's a couple of things that I want to do, and the ice and water shield sort of has to wait, unfortunately, because of the temperature. As much as I want to get that up there, I really don't want it to blow off of there or mess up in any which way, shape, or form, not really adhere, something. My luck, probably something like that will happen. So it's partly where I'm like, well, I'll just hold off, wait until I know it's going to be in that point, even if I'm installing it, and it's like, say 35 or 32 degrees when I'm installing it. Wednesday, it's supposed to get up to like 42. So if they're saying that I should install it in at 40 degrees, my thought is if I get it done early enough in the morning, by the afternoon, that's when the high heat of the day is going to be hitting, and I should have it be able to fully adhere when it is at that 42 or some degrees or whatnot. And then the next couple of days after that, it's actually supposed to get closer to the 50s and everything else. So I'm hoping. There's some stuff up there I want to get done. I do need to get up there and finish off my measurements and make sure that I get all that jotted down and everything like that. That's something that I might do today. As much as I don't want to climb up there on that roof, I do have my rope still up there, and I can climb up there and get this side's measurements. I already got all the other sides measurements and everything else like that, so I might be able to get that done real quick and get a PDF together layout of the roof and the roof slopes and the measurements of everything, to where I can send that document off to the roofing company areas and have them basically get me a material list together of what I'm going to need to get the job done. See what it's going to cost me. Because, yeah, that's going to be the big kicker on who we're going with and what we're doing. And are we hiring it out? Are we not hiring it out? It all really depends on that aspect. I know that me and Mel can get it done and knock it out. I have full confidence in ourselves as well as our family and everything. But I'm really curious. I want to get it done and over with to where I'm not having to mess with it anymore. And yeah. So we're going to see exactly with all that stuff. Not only that, but there's some sheathing over there that I want to get at and everything on the actual mudroom build. But literally the last like month, almost a little over a month, it's been since Christmas time that my shoulder has been out, and it's it feels like it's finally getting into place. I was going to go to the chiropractor again today. I've been going pretty frequently, but I'm like, man, I've got so much on my plate to do and everything else like that. I'm just gonna push through it and get it going. It's not as bad as it's been, but it's still sore. I can definitely feel it, but I have a feeling I've figured out exactly what caused it and everything else like that. If you guys remember the sheathing video on the mudroom, the side I was doing by myself without Mel or anything there or anything else like that, I was having a tough time getting some of those sheathings up there. The ladder was just not like centered where I needed it to be to where I could push it up evenly through and through. I had a lot more of the zip board on my left side, and I had to bear that weight on my left shoulder and my left arm and everything like that. And I remember my shoulder popping. It took me almost 3 weeks to be like, oh yeah, that's right, my shoulder did pop when I was pulling those things up. And I was like, man, that was a good one. I don't know if that's going to be a bad one or what. And it didn't hurt that day, and it didn't really hurt the day of Christmas or anything. It was the day after Christmas where everything was just started tightening up in my neck and my muscles, and just everything was just like, oh my goodness, what in the world just happened? Like, I couldn't put two and two together because it happened a couple of days after that. And I was like, man, the only thing I can think of is the compound. But I'm like, I don't see my compound, like me use my compound bow making it this bad. It was it was some bad pain. I don't even know how to describe it other than it was getting the best of me, that's for sure. And I was just like, man, I really need to get into the chiropractor. And it was during the holiday time, it was during New Year's, or during all that, to where I was just like, man, can't get that time to get over there or anything else like that. And every time I do it, I look at the look online and be like, are they open during this time or are they not? And it's like, no. I was like, dang it. All right. So finally getting that thing going and whatnot like that. But just this month has been a really crazy all around month in all reality, even though we haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, it's just been a lot of family time. It's been a lot of good times. Mel's birthday was last week, and we celebrated Mel's and Anthony's birthday on last Saturday and whatnot. That was a great party and all that. But it's been a lot of family time and a lot of good holiday time aspect. So it's unfortunate that I've sort of messed myself up or whatnot like that, but it allowed us to slow it down and to be able to enjoy one's company and enjoy the holiday time, and it's been really, really good start to this year. I'm not going to lie. However, starting to stress out a little bit because I want to get this thing rolling and going and doing all this other stuff. So we're definitely going to be putting foot to butt and getting a lot going on every which way possible. But yeah, it's a beautiful time out here in Arkansas. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I still can't believe that the sun is out so clear and it is this chilly outside right now. I think it's honestly only like 25 degrees, and I think the high today is supposed to be like 28, 29, something like that. So it's going to be a chilly one today and tomorrow and the next day, but Wednesday is supposed to start warming up. I don't know how long it's going to last and how bad February is going to be, but so far of my prediction that I don't feel like this winter is going to be that bad. I feel like I'm on par with that prediction of myself. Persimmon trees aren't. I don't think that they're right. All right, I don't. It's not that knife cutting, cold wind to me at least. It's cold, but it's feels a lot better, and there's been a lot more warmer days. So hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. Knock on wood. Hopefully February is just as good as January's, man, because it's been a really, really good season so far, and I still can't believe how much grass has grown during winter. Like, it's winter. Things are supposed to be dead and, like, you know, so cold from frostbitten that they shouldn't be going green, but it's going green everywhere. I might have to mow before springtime. That's what it's looking like. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I'm baffled in certain aspects with that. It's just like, man, this year has definitely been the mildest, and I've been liking it. But we should be able to get quite a bit done and get this thing rocking and rolling. I'm hoping that my shoulder's not too bad to where I can get those sheathings up on the mudroom. It's a bit rough to put my arms over my head right now. I'm not gonna lie. And we're at the point of the phase where everything is on the roof and above my head. And I'm over 6 foot, so they're up there, and hopefully I'll be able to get all this thing rocking and rolling and get it going, because we need to get it going, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a good one. But I'm gonna get myself icy hotted up and get myself rocking and rolling for the day. Get out there and hit it, because ain't no day but the present, and today is a chilly birdy one. But I got my heated jacket. I can heat it up. I can warm myself up. Get my gloves on, because that's honestly the worst part of the cold is my hands. Once my hands go cold, I can't feel anything. I can't do anything. Dexterity in my fingers, even without gloves, is gone. It makes life a little bit interesting in that aspect. So I'm hoping that I can keep my hands warm, keep today rolling, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling, because there's a lot that needs to go on. But we're gonna get at it. Mel's inside getting ready, and I think she's gonna be doing a lot of computer work and everything else like that while I'm trying to get some of this stuff going and try to get a plan together to figure out what we're doing over in there. Because, like I said, I can't. It's hard for me to be hurt. I've been hurting so long that it's to a point where it's like I'm just gonna push through the pain and just grin my teeth and go for it and try to see if I can work it out myself. I'm gonna get on out there and get her going. I'll report back to you guys tomorrow. So until then, I hope you guys have a good one. We will catch you on the next one. Later.